কেমনে ধরে কান্দে কেমনে ধরে কান্দে রাধার মহিমা প্রেম রস सीमा जगते जाना तो के सेवा जगते जाना मधुर वृंदा विपिन माधुरी प्रवेश चतुरी सा मधुर वरद युवती भावेर भक्ति शक्ति होई तो कार यदि गौर न होय तो तबे की होय तो केमने धरि टान दे गाओ गाओ पुनः गौरांगेर गुणा सरल करिया मान गाओ गाओ पुनः ये भव सागरे मन दयाल न देखिए एक जान हमें गौरंगा बोलिया नागे नो गलिया के मने धोरी नु दे गौरंग हमें गौरंग बोलिया नागे नो गलिया के मने धोरी नु गौरंग वासुर हिया पाषाण दिया के मने गड़िया छे वासुर हिया पाषाण दिया के मने गड़िया छे यदि गौर न होय तो तबे की होय तो के मने धरि टान दे गौर न होय तो तबे की होय तो के मने धरि टान दे राधार महिमा प्रेम रस सीमा जगते जाना तो के राधार महिमा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare যদি গৌর না হইতো তবে কি হইতো কে মনে ধরিতাম রে গৌর না হইতো কে মনে ধরিতাম রে রাধার মহিমা প্রেমার সীমা जगते जाना तो के राधा महिमा प्रेमान सेवा श्री गौरंग महाप्रभु की श्री गौर निताय की. Okay, how many of you are 16 round devotees here? 16 round Chaitanya. Okay. Most of good. That's a very big one, no problem. No problem. Big one is okay. ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः. आजानुलम्बितभुजो कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ. वन्दे श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य नित्यानन्द सहोदितौ गौडोदये पुष्पवन्तौ चित्रौ शम्दौ तमोनुदौ अनार्पितचरिञ्चिरात् करुणयादवतीर्णकलौ समर्पयितुम् उन्नतोज्ज्वलरसां स्वभक्तिं श्रियम्. हरिपुरटसुन्दरद्युतिकदम्बसन्दीपितः सदा हृदयकन्दरे सुरतौ वः शचिनन्दनः. जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Hladini Shaktirasmat Ekatmanavapi Vipura Deha Bhedam Gatautau Chaitanyakyam Prakanam Adhuna Tadvayam Chaikyamaptam Radha Bhavadyuti Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Welcome all of you for the very special day of Gaur Purnima. We'll recite one shloka. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila, chapter 4, text number 68. Hladini rasara prema, prema sara bhava. Bhavera paramakashta nama mahabhava. Hladini rasara prema, prema sara bhava. Bhavera paramakashta nama mahabhava. The essence of Hladini potency is love of God. The essence of love of God is bhava. And the ultimate development of bhava is mahabhava. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The product of the Hladini Shakti is love of Godhead, which has two divisions, namely pure love of Godhead and adulterated love of Godhead. Only when the Hladini Shakti emanates from Sri Krishna and is bestowed upon the living being to attract him, does the living being become a pure lover of God. Hladini potency is Srimati Radha Rani, but all of us also have small drops of Hladini potency in our heart. Radha Rani has ocean of love for God, and we have a small drop of love for God. So, with that love for God, if we are only when the Hladini Shakti emanates from Sri Krishna and is bestowed upon the living being to attract him, attract Krishna, does the living being become a pure lover. Otherwise, what happens? But when the same Hladini Shakti is adulterated by the external material energy and emanates from the living being, it does not attract Krishna. On the contrary, the living being becomes attracted by the glamour of the material energy. At that time, instead of becoming mad with love of Godhead, the living being becomes mad after material sense enjoyment. And because of his association with the qualitative modes of material nature, he is captivated by its interactions of distressful, unhappy feelings. Today is a very auspicious day for two reasons. One is it is Gaur Purnima, Lord Chaitanya descends in this world. And it is also the same day of Holi, correct, no? People celebrate Holi. Although the name is holy, it is not so holy for the people of the world. because that celebration often springs from external energy. Because people use that as an occasion for sense gratification. Then that is what he is saying here. Two things he is saying. One is, if Krishna is Gladini Potency, Srimati Radha Rani blesses a jiva with love of God, small spark of love of God. So, but with that love of God, we repose our attraction to Krishna, and that is very pleasing to Krishna. Which means ultimately, the personification of love of God is Radha Rani. Because Radha Rani's love, one part is with us, therefore we are also attracted to Krishna. Otherwise, the jiva cannot attract Krishna's attention without carrying that love of God in our heart. We are part and parcel of Krishna, but our love for God is part and parcel of Radharani's love, which we are carrying. Now, when that Radharani's love, part and parcel, is covered over in our heart, by what? By attraction to the glitter and glamour of material energy, which is impure attraction. That cannot attract Krishna because that is motivated by sense gratification, like that he is saying. Mental sense enjoyment. And soul by nature is very dynamic. So there is an inner push in the heart of all living beings. And what is that push? That actually pure love of God has a kind of madness associated with it also. One time His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj came to Bombay, Chowpari temple. Morning during Guru Puja, he was running all over the temple, everywhere. From the front of the temple to back of the temple side. Even the shy people who stand glued to the walls, even they could not stand. He caught everybody and put them in dancing. He also danced, carrying this, what do you call the gong? Gong, beating it. He would dance in circles, he would dance front and back. And everybody's body was sweating. It was like 45 minutes to 1 hour Guru Puja. Everybody was exhausted. Then everybody sat down. And when Maharaj gave the Bhagavatam class, he said, the goal of life is to become mad, he said. And everybody was looking at each other. What is this person saying? He said, yes, the goal of life is to become mad after Madan Mohan, he said. Mohan? Madan Mohan. So the Sanskrit word mad means mad. From that only comes English word mad. Therefore, our deity's name here in Hyderabad is Madan Mohan. So Maharaj was saying, the goal of life is to become attracted to Madan Mohan, he was saying. And if you are not attracted to Krishna, you are going to become mad after Maya, he said. You will see that if we are not attracted to love of God, and practicing love of God for Krishna, then definitely you have some other alternative hero, heroine in your life. Some Bollywood, Hollywood actor, actress. Definitely, you can write a bond and give also. 100% guaranteed. Many of my friends in IIT would not come for the weekly classes when I would call them. They were not interested. Because when I went to the room, I understood why they are not interested. Because they are interested in someone else. Big poster of some cinema actress or actor they would have put on their walls. From the ground to the top. Big life size. And that is what they are worshipping in their lives. Correct, no? You will see that. They are mad after that personality. But that personality is not going to remain like that forever. In this world, everybody's body changes from childhood to boyhood to youth to old age. And everything is finished. So the external energy is like that. It's called separated energy. You will see that when external energy... No. You will see that, this is why external energy we call it. Look at this body, how it changes from little girl, how she is growing to a young girl, and eventually you will see this external energy gradually makes the body go from young to old and old age to death eventually. So this is the situation of everybody's material body in this world. Just see how this little girl was and how this body has changed, you can see. So, that is the material energy. Material energy is very attractive in the beginning. Eventually, it is boring. It's not only boring, obnoxious. You will not be attracted to that anymore. Just like a branch of a tree, if you cut and bring it and keep it in this room, within 2-3 days it will dry up because it is separated from the tree. Similarly, this material world is separated from Krishna. In what sense? The jivas are imagining that this material world belongs to whom? To them. Therefore, it is called separated energy. But the devotees don't think like that. Devotees think everything belongs to Krishna. So they take everything and use it in Krishna's service. But most of the living entities, 99% of the living entities, think this material world is ours for us to enjoy. Therefore, it is called separated energy. Just like if you bring some Balaji laddu and keep in your room and go for a bath and come back and see there are ants in the bundi, isn't it? So they have captured, they are claiming it to be theirs. But then keep it under the sun, they will all be gone. Their proprietorship is finished also. Similarly, all living beings in this world hold on to things and claim it to be theirs. So it's called separated energy. Ideally, it's not separate, it's all Krishna's property. Because they have taken it to enjoy themselves, it dries up, just like I showed you now. So, two things Prabhupada is saying, if you carefully see this. Only when Radhani Shakti emanates from Sri Krishna and is bestowed upon the living being to attract him, does the living being become a pure lover of God. That means even Radha Rani, Radhani Shakti, she also comes from Krishna only. She comes from the left side of Krishna. She is an expansion of Krishna. Like you have seen this Shiva and Parvati are Ardhanarishwari. You have seen that? Half Shiva and half Parvati. Like that, there is also Radha and Krishna are also half you will see. Radharani emanates from Krishna only. That's why it says, in the verse says, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, not that another verse, Radha Krishna yekatanu du idehadari anyonne vilasa kare aswadana kari. That's one verse. Another verse which I recited a few minutes ago, Radha Krishna pranaya vikritir glatini shaktirasmat ekatmanav api bhuvipura deha bedam gatautav. Ekatmanav. They are ekatma, one atma only. But they have become two for what? For giving joy to the millions of living entities in the spiritual world who are all Krishna's part and parcels. Just like in a house we have a mother and father and a lot of children. The house becomes a colorful house. Very beautiful. Small and big children are there and parents enjoy with the children. In this world also, they find the home very delightful. Similarly, Krishna has eternally expanded himself as Srimati Radharani and all of us. We are all minute samples of Krishna, but we are called as separated part and parcels. So there are two types of part and parcels. One is called Swa-amsha, another one is called Vibhinna-amsha. So we all are in which category? Vibhinna-amsha. So therefore we are servants. Swamshas are all masters. Like Krishna expands as Vishnu, Matsya Kurma, Varaha, Nrsimha, they are all Swamshas. So, and his Shakti expansion, you see Krishna expands as Srimati Radharani. Krishna also with his Sandhini Shakti, that comes in the previous verses. He expands the other Shakti forms like Yashoda, also Nanda and all of them. So, in this way, here he says that from that expansion of Krishna, Haladini potency, if you get a drop of that love for God, with that you come to the temple and offer that love to Krishna, then Krishna is attracted to you. Otherwise, but when the same Haladini Shakti is adulterated by the external material energy and emanates from the living being, it does not attract Krishna. Why? Because when it is adulterated by external energy, we get a enjoying mentality. We don't have a service mentality. Instead of Seva Vritti, we have Bhoga Vritti. Therefore, it is unattractive for the Lord. And living entity becomes attracted by glamour of the material energy. Instead of becoming mad with love of God, he becomes mad with sense enjoyment, he says. So, this love, which is explained here, in order to explain this, Lord Chaitanya comes here. We will briefly see this. External and internal reasons why Lord Chaitanya comes in this world. First of all, how Lord Krishna becomes like Lord Chaitanya, this amazing form, maybe a big question mark for many people. There are many very confidential reasons why Lord Krishna assumes this type of sannyasi like Vesh Bhush. Why does he do that? Like one day, in the spiritual world, Krishna was asking Srimati Radha Rani that, I see that you devotees seem to be more happy, far more happy, million times more happier than myself personally. Why is that so? She said it's very obvious. Because the lotus, cannot see its own beauty. A lotus cannot smell its own fragrance. A lotus cannot, enjoy the sweetness of the honey. But who can enjoy that? Only a bumblebee. Similarly, we are like the bumblebees. We are devotees. We can see your beauty. We can see your fragrant qualities. We can see all the sublime qualities that you are emanating. Therefore, our impetus for serving you increases more and more. So, she said all the devotees are charmed by your magnetic attraction, and everybody serves you, and by serving you, we get the greatest relish. How can you understand what we are feeling? She asked. So, at that time, Krishna said, I am developing a greed to experience what my devotees are experiencing. But she said, you are a Swami, and we all are Das. How can you experience what a Das undergoes? You cannot experience. At that time, Krishna did a magic. What was it? He had a necklace in his neck, and there was one pendant in that. In that pendant, Radha Rani looked at the pendant, there was a shining light coming from inside. When she very keenly observed that, and there she found some very amazing sight. And there was a personality with long flowing hair, very, very handsome, and eyes were like lotus petals. And he was very attractively dressed, and along with all his associates, many associates playing mridangam and kartal and everything in the bank of a river with foaming whitish waves. And the river sand was like golden powder. And he was very beautifully dancing and singing, performing Sankirtan. This is actually Nimai Pandit. You know Nimai Pandit? Nimai Pandit and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is the difference? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the same person only, but Nimai Pandit is before taking sannyas. He had long flowing hair, eyes like lotus petals. He looks exactly like Krishna. There is only one difference. He is Gaur Sundar and Krishna is Shyam Sundar. That's the only difference. So she saw Gaur Sundar in that pendant she saw. And was singing very beautifully. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Gaura Hare Jaya, Gaura Hare, Patita Pavana Gaura Hare. Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hare, Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hare. What Radha Rani saw was Navadvip. In the Navadvip, the foaming white waters of the Ganges. And in the bank of that, Nimai Pandit was dancing with all his associates. This is the time when he is coming out of the Shiva Sangan to start the Kirtan outdoor. So that is the thing that she saw. And she asked Krishna, I am never attracted to anybody other than you. How is it that I am attracted to this personality? Who is this personality? Is that you? She asked. Krishna didn't say any answer. He just smiled. Then she asked, and the eyes of this personality look like big bumblebees. They look exactly like my eyes. Is that me? When he is twinkling his eyes, it looks like me. But when I look at his curly hairs, it looks like you. Who is this? And Krishna said, I was desiring to experience what my devotees experience, isn't it? This is the form in which I will experience, he said. And this is the form of who? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is Lord Krishna revealing his revealing or prophesying that is going to appear in this world. There is another pastime. Sometimes Srimati Radha Rani will go into Man Leela. You know what is Man Leela? When she is in an angry mood sometimes. So sometimes Krishna would, just like for example, once Krishna disappeared from the rasa dance of the gopis, isn't it? Similarly, sometimes Krishna would make Radharani angry and Radharani would reject Krishna. So in one such occasion, for some reason, Radharani's associates like Lalita and Vishaka told Krishna that now our Swamini is in Man now. You cannot come here anymore. Now you get away from this place. So Krishna wasn't very ready to move away. But they were very strongly rejecting. And then he asked, is there any other way I will get her attention? So they said, because when she sees your curly locks of blackish hair and you're playing on the flute and your peacock feather on your head, these are things which clearly make you get revealed to her who you are. Therefore, in order to pacify her, because you made her cry, now you shave up your Shyam Sundar hair. And then don't stand in a threefold bending form, that will make her angry. Stand in a straight form. And don't carry the flute, carry a danda instead of that. Don't be wearing a colorful, beautiful dress like the pitambar and everything. Just wear the dress, garb of a sannyasi. In this way, you go around crying, someday Radharani will accept you, like that, they said. Of course, as per their order, Krishna did that. So, as one day, they didn't know that Krishna would do that. And that's how Krishna came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this form, what you see here. He came in this form. So one day he was passing through Braj. He was singing a song. I am Sri Krishna, searching after Radha, having become a beggar, begging for her love. Like that he was singing. And they were singing, who is singing this beautiful song? And the gopis heard the song. And then they were thinking that because Krishna left Radharani long before and Radharani is in great anxiety. And this beggar who is wandering in the street appears to be singing a beautiful song. Something he says about Radharani also. Something about Krishna also. Maybe he may be knowing. Then they went and closely heard what he is saying. He is saying, I am Sri Krishna. He said, hey, he is Krishna. Searching after Radha, having become a beggar, begging for her love. He immediately said, hey, beggar, where did you hear this song? Did Krishna teach you this song? Then they brought him to Srimati Radharani and they asked whether he knows palmistry, to check Radharani's hand and say, when will she attain Krishna? So then Radharani showed her hand. He said, from the hand I can only decode half the information. I don't know beyond that. They said, what about the rest half information? He said, rest information is on her forehead. So only when she removes her veil, I can see the forehead and tell you. As soon as Radharani removed the forehead, this sannyasi, he changed it into Shyam Sundar. Next one. So in that interim period, he comes as In what form he comes here? Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Huh? Like this, there are many reasons why Krishna assumes this particular form. Neelachala Shanka Chakra Gada Padmada. Bole. Shanka Chakra Gada Padmada. Nadiya Nagare Danda Kamandaluka. Nadiya Nagare Danda Kamanda. Jai Krishna, Jai Gaura, Jai Jagannath. Jai Krishna, Jai Jagannath. Jai Gaura, Jai Krishna, Jai Jagannath. Jaya Jaya Jagannatha Sachiranandana Tribhuvane Bodhayana. In Calcutta there was a program. They had 3 pictures. There was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is Jagannath, and there is also Krishna. So 3 sannyasis spoke on Jai Gaura, Jai Krishna, Jai Jagannath. So somebody on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke on Chaitanya, another sannyasi spoke on Krishna's Shyam Sundar Leela and Vrindavan, and third sannyasi spoke on Jagannath's Leela, like that, in Jagannath Puri, like that. So in this way, all 3 are only same person only. Wow, the person whom we call as Jagannath is Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At least Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna, Jagannath, they're same persons. So, in this way, Krishna appears in this world performing this Leela. So, now we will see the external internal reasons now. All of you repeat this verse. Anarpita charim chirat karunayat avatirna kalau Samarpayatam Vannatojvalarasam Swabhakti Shriyam Hare Purata Sundaradyuti Kadampa Sandipitaha Sada Hridaya Kandare Swaratau Vahshachinandanaha. This is a very famous verse written by Srila Rupa Goswami about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anarpita means for a long time Radha Krishna love for the divine couple was not offered in the Guru Parampara. Chirat means for a long time. Why? Because the Krishna's pastimes with gopis is often misunderstood by the conditioned souls as something ordinary, like the boys and girls attraction to each other. Therefore, you will see that Chaitanya Goswami, for example, he wrote the Gita Govinda. Sripad Shankaracharya wrote the Gopi Jana Vallabha Ashtakam. He has written also, out of the 8 Ashtakam verses, 3 are for gopis. 2 or 3 verses are about the gopis, you will see that. Similarly, you will see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is a very strict sannyasi. In this way, you will find they all are glorifying Shukadeva Goswami. He is known for his strict celibacy. When he was walking in the road after his appearance, he saw some women taking bath in a pond. He was not attracted to them because he was a Brahman, realized Jnani at that time. And later on, he heard Srimad Bhagavatam and became a pure Krishna devotee. So these people you see, they are adoring Krishna's pastimes with the gopis. So definitely it is on a Vishuddha Sattva platform. It is not ordinary kind of relationship in the material world. But because it is often misunderstood by jivas, most of the acharyas down the line, they taught only, you just understand you are servant of God, that's all. And don't think of anything beyond that. God is master, you are servant. Just chant and go back to Vaikuntha, that's all. But Anarpita charim chirat, but karunayat avatirana kalu. Out of his own compassion, Krishna decided to come in this world as Lord Chaitanya. Samarpaitum, and you bestowed what? Unnata Ujjvala Rasam. Ujjvala Rasam means Madhurya Bhakti, love of the gopis for Krishna. Svaktim Shriyam. How to do Bhakti for Krishna? He himself taught it. And Hari Purata Sundara Jyoti Kadamba Sandipitaha. So the Lord's color is Sham Varna, generally Krishna's color. But Lord Chaitanya comes in Gaur Varna, golden complexion. May that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always reside in my heart. And just like a lion enters into a cave and knocks down an elephant and brings out the elephant out of the cave. Like that, may Lord Chaitanya enter my heart and knock down all my anarthas, which are like a blackish elephant, and bring it out of my heart. And purify my heart on one hand, and bless my heart with love of Krishna, especially Madhurya Bhakti, understanding of the service to the divine couple. That's the meaning of this. So, in this way, as you see here, to bestow conjugal love, and he is also offering a blessing. May that Lord reside in the core of your heart, is offering blessing. So, Lord came to bestow conjugal love, and may that Lord reside in your heart, he is saying. So, Krishna descends only in once in a day of Brahma, which means Brahma's one day has how many, there are 14 Manus in that period. Each Manu has 71 Divya Yugas. Divya Yuga means Chatur Yuga. So, out of the 1000 Divya Yugas, which is run by 14 Manus, Krishna only comes once in that day, on the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu. Vaivashava Manu's period, Krishna comes. So, and when Krishna comes here, he performs, you can see that he performs Braja Leela. And like here you are seeing Krishna with the covered voice, and the various, and when in this way, when Krishna goes back, there are verses I will show you later. But initially, I am just showing you quickly one slide for one reason first, so that I will not keep you in suspense. At least you will know the reasons, external and internal. And then, depending on the availability of time, I will elaborate them. Okay? The first external reason is Advaita Acharya Prabhu, 500 years ago, the situation of Bengal is that people are all worshipping many snake goddesses like Mansa. Many are worshipping Durga, Chandi, Chamundi, and all these devatas. And people are either materialistic, worshipping devatas for material benefits, or even the scholars, they are becoming dry scholars. They are not interested in, describing the glories of the Lord. They are very learned in the Shastra, but they are using it for all this learned Panditas. They were not Bhaktas. So, and what to speak of that, they were actually celebrating festivals with even dolls. They were just whiling away the time. The religious activities are all mundane. So when Advaita Acharya Prabhu saw the situation, nobody has any clue of what is Bhakti Yoga, what is devotional service. So all the Vaishnavas were very sad seeing the situation of the world at that time. So they all came to Advaita Acharya Prabhu, who was the leader of the Vaishnavas at that time. So Advaita Acharya Prabhu told them that I will personally invite Lord Krishna to descend in the world again. And in case Lord Krishna doesn't come, I will take my chakra and finish all these materialistic fellows. Like that he said. Because Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu. So he is actually Mahavishnu in the mood of the compassion of Sadashiva. He carries a combination, both. So you will read about that in the Adi Leela, you will read. So when he called, you can see the picture, he is worshipping Shaligram Shila with the Tulasi and Ganga Jal, and prayed for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya in this world. And he is, what is that raga he sang? Raga Shri. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So like this he called Advaita Prabhu. Of course he called in such inoffensive and pure way that the holy name penetrated the shell of the universe, went beyond that to Brahma Jyoti and reached Goloka and entered the ears of Krishna. So when Krishna heard this loud call and earnest call, sincere call, pure call, inoffensive call, then he decided that I will now appear as Lord Chaitanya now. That's one of the first external reasons. Second reason is, Krishna also had a desire that let me come as Yuga avatar and propagate the Harinam Sankirtanam, which is the Yuga Dharma for this age. So, we are living in the fourth age now, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. Satya Yuga people would go to the forest. Like Dhruva Maharaj went to forest, but he also chanted the holy name. What name he chanted? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Which means they chanted holy name, but additionally they did many more things. On the other hand, when Kali Yuga, people cannot do additional things like, going to the forest and performing elaborate temple worship all day, every day, or performing huge yajnas, sacrifices. I heard from one sannyasi, in those days the sacrifices would happen in several acres of land, and in four corners there will be four big pandals where they conduct 4 Bhagavatam Saptahas. They will conduct. And in each pandal there will be like 10,000, 20,000 people sitting and hearing Bhagavatam. Nowadays what we do when we do yajna, in the yajna kund, four sides we keep 4 devotees reading some book. You know that? We ask them to read Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, only one person is reading. In those days, they used to have one saptaha in each of these. Can you imagine? So elaborate, they used to do yajna in those days. So, Kali Yuga, everything shrinks. In Satya Yuga, everything is golden. It's a golden period. Treta Yuga, 25% impurity enters. And Dwapara Yuga, 50% enters. And Kali Yuga, 75%. So very little is left. So therefore, Lord Chaitanya comes to teach this very simple method of, Harinam Sankirtan. You see them in the vast ocean. Sankirtan is the actual boat, which can take us beyond this material existence. If you are in such a boat, you are safe. The Mahaprabhu made even simple peasants like the farmer and other people also to take part in chanting and dancing. So such Sankirtan is performed with all the instruments in glorification of the Lord. Play the instruments, sing His holy name, and worship Him in the temple. The Mahaprabhu taught this very simple method. See, Mahaprabhu approaches anybody, even some fruit vendor, a flower vendor, which means it is a religion which is available for everybody, without reservation, old, young, men, women, anybody. So, in this way, this is a propagation of the Sankirtan movement. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mainly came to do this. The external reason. Okay, that's the second reason. First one is Advaita Acharya, correct, no? This call. What is the third reason? To distribute prema bhakti. That's the third reason. Because the bhakti of actually that's too much. That much. So third reason to distribute prema bhakti for Shri Radha and Krishna. That I will show you the shlokas also very soon. Krishna thought that although I personally came in this world and performed Leelas in Vrindavan on all the 5 rasas, but the living beings have not captured that. They are still, coming to temple worshipping me for some material benefits. So, therefore, let me come as Chaitanya and teach them how to experience that prema, Krishna prema, love of God, which is beyond dharma, artha, kama, moksha and everything. And those were 3 external reasons. These are another 3 internal reasons to understand the greatness of Radha's love. Because Radha Rani is love personified. So, what is the kind of such love she feels with which she is able to offer services to Krishna in all the 64 kalas? Radha Rani is the best singer, best dancer, best mimicry performer, best dresser, best dramatizer, best cook. She is best in everything. So he wanted to see Radha Rani's love. And also Krishna wanted to taste his own sweetness, which makes him so charming for all his millions of devotees. That I told you in the beginning. The example of the lotus flower I told you. Isn't it? And to taste Madhurya Bhakti experienced by Radha Rani. Not only he wanted to know the glory of Radha Rani's love, but he wanted to taste the Bhakti Bhava that she experiences. He was himself amazed by the ecstasy of his devotees. So let me experience that ecstasy myself. Like that he felt. So there is a beautiful verse which will come now. I will show you very soon. So this is like summary. So he appears today evening. Today evening in the moonrise, time of moonrise, he will appear as Nimai under a neem tree to Mother Sachi and Jagannath Mishra, those who are none other than Yashoda and Nanda. And then performs many pastimes. We will discuss about these pastimes later. Many pastimes he performs. This Sankirtan moment. So please all of you repeat this. Nama vino kali kale dharma nahi aara. Kale kale kaiche habe Krishna avatara. So he is saying that if Krishna appears as an incarnation, he himself could preach devotion by his personal example. Like that Advaita Prabhu thought. So he was thinking of Krishna's lotus feet and offered that worship, which I told you, isn't it? Sakala jagate more kare vidhi bhakti. Vidhi bhakti vraja bhava paite nahi shakti. Apane kare mu bhakta bhava angikare. Apane achari bhakti shikai musavare. So this is Krishna's thought process. After he left the world and went back to his abode, he was thinking that Sakale Jagatnavare Kare Vidhi Bhakti. People are actually worshipping me in temples, they are offering me some flower, fruit, bhoga and all these things. Vidhivat, they are doing it. But bhakti which is performed out of duty is not as charming as the bhakti performed with spontaneous love. For example, in summer season when you are offering water to Krishna, you have to make sure that you offer little cold water. Even you like cold water, isn't it? In summer, imagine somebody gives you a pot water, kept in a nice chill pot and they give you when you go to their home. You feel very nice, isn't it? I remember once in winter season, in our temple, after the during the Guru Puja, we take Saranamrit, isn't it? So we took Saranamrit. Want to wash the hand. Somebody is putting freezing cold water in winter season. Will you feel nice? So I was seeing devotees were washing and they were jumping up and down. Because already it is cold outside. You put freezing cold water, people jump. But on the other hand, imagine you give a little hot water. So devotees will feel pleasure. And they will say thank you to you. And they will give Ashirwad to you also. Isn't it? So who can bring the hot water? Somebody who is having that empathy. Empathy means, able to experience the feeling of others and perspectives of others. That is empathy, isn't it? So when you can feel what others feel, this is a winter season, it's very freezing cold. If I give them hot water, they'll feel nice, which means you are putting your heart into your service. You are not just superficially doing. This is very important. Like somebody is supposed to give flowers for offering. Here in our temple, we have beautiful flowers here, rose flowers for offering to Prabhupada. Such amazing, fragrant and very, very attractive looking. So, one time in Pune, they had kept this jasmine flower kind of, not jasmine or some flower like that, very dried up. Flower was like sad, like that, very, very small like this it was. So one fellow was just giving everybody, take one he was picking and giving. When I went, I asked the fellow, look at these flowers. Are you happy with these flowers? He said, that's what they gave me. They told me to give everybody, I'm giving. Like that he was saying. So immediately I called the manager and said, tomorrow onwards you should bring roses. They said, roses is very costly. They said, no, that is the punishment. For 6 months you have to bring roses. Fresh rose. Everybody. They said, everybody will offer. Yes, everybody will offer roses to Krishna. So, why am I saying that? In our service, if we don't put our heart, it won't be pleasing to Krishna. So, it will be very superficial service. Like in my travels, I saw in many temples, the morning temple hall is a little dim light they put, correct now? During Samsara Damana. So they have a board, this much size board, in which they have written in small letters Samsara Davanara. Just outside the altar they keep it there. And now we are singing here. From here you cannot see the letters. They're very small. And then later on they take that away and then bring Narsimharati. Then they take it and put Tulasi. It is only a ritual. You understand what I am saying? They are doing it as a ritual, but nobody can see the letter. It's not big enough also. But the ritual is happening very well. So will Krishna be pleased with such a ritual? Krishna is pleased with spiritual. Spirit plus ritual is spiritual. He needs both. Without the spirit, we should not do. When does the spirit come? When you put your heart in doing anything. So, there are many people who may go to temple and just do a ritualistic worship and go away. Krishna is not very pleased. Krishna says here, Sakala jagate more kare vidhi bhakti, vidhi bhakti vraja bhava paite nahi shakti. If somebody is doing only that kind of ritual, then you cannot come to the stage of spontaneous love. Similarly, there has to be a longing in our heart to become a pure devotee. One sloka I will tell you. Mayyeva mana adatsva mayi buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mayyeva atavurtvam na samshayah. 12.7 Krishna is telling. Always fix your intelligence upon me, mind upon me, like that he says. And then he is saying, Atachittam samadatum na shaknoshi mayi stiram abhyasa yogena tato mam ichhaptum dhananjaya. Hey Dhananjay, if you cannot be my pure devotee, then I will tell you the next step below that. Do abhyasa yoga, chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regs. Plus, mam ichhaptum dhananjaya. What is the meaning of that? Mam ichhaptum dhananjaya. Means, not only you do 16 rounds chanting and 4 regs, you should have a ichha to attain me. If you don't have that desire, then you cannot come to me, he says. Now many of us, we have become initiated also, and we are chanting Hare Krishna. 16 rounds we complete also. And we follow the regulative principles, everything, and life is going on. But is there a small, at least one drop of desire that when will the time come and I will see Krishna eye to eye? When will the time come I will get an opportunity to serve him? What is that famous song? Kabe habe bolo se dina ama. That's a song. Aparada gucci, shudana me ruchi. He says, when will my offenses be gone? When will I call out the holy name of Krishna with love? When will the time come when Krishna will accept me in his abode? Prahlad is asking that. What is the famous verse? Trastostham krapanavattsala dussahokra samsara chakra kadanat prasatam pranita baddhasva karma pirushattama tengri moolam Preetopavarka Sharanam Bhayase Kadano. Oh, my dear Lord Narsimha, I am not afraid of the birth and death. I am not afraid of all the threefold miseries in this world. But I am only afraid of non-devotees who always criticize you, and I don't want to hear blasphemy about you. Therefore, I want to quit this world and come to your abode. When will the time come and you will call me back to your lotus feet so that I can serve you eternally there? Like that he is asking. So, which is the verse where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking, when will I see Krishna? Nayanam galadashrudharaya vadanam gadgadaruddhaya gira pulakair nichitam vapuh kada tavanama grihane bhavishyati. Pulakair nichitam vapuh kada. Kada means when. When will the time come when there will be tears welling up in my eyes, hair will stand on end, and I will call Krishna's name offenselessly, purely. So, that longing seed is the seed which leads to Raga Bhakti, eventually. That's what Krishna is saying. When will the jivas feel some longing for me? Neither is thinking. Apane kare mo bhakta bhava angikare. Apane achare bhakti shikai mo sabare. Yeah. So, Apani Karimo Bhakta Bhave Angikare. I will myself adopt the mood of a Bhakta devotee. And Apani Achari Bhakti Shikayama Savare. By my own behavior, I will show how a devotee should behave, he is saying. Which means these two reasons are given here. One is he wanted to avoid Prema Bhakti of Vrajabhava. And then Nama Sankirtan. He wanted to teach the living religion. Like I showed you the video now. How Mahaprabhu himself raised his hands and danced. The raising of the hands. When do you generally raise hands? Police shows you a gun. Hands up, they said. Like that you do. Another place you raise the hand is in airport. When you have to show like this. Correct, no? You say that I am not carrying any knife. I am not carrying any razor. I am not carrying any explosives. Not only you can check my hands, you can check my pockets also. They test your body, isn't it? So, you want to tell them you are offenseless. You don't have any ill intention. Then only they screen you and send you, correct, no? So, to police, you raise hand to surrender. Airport, you raise hands to show your transparency. Similarly, when you are coming in front of the Lord, you raise the hand and say, my dear Lord, I am yours. And you have seen that picture of, one devotee drowning in the ocean and, raising the hand and calling out the Lord's names. And Lord Vishnu comes in a Garuda bird carrier and then picks up the devotee. Back home, back to Godhead. So, in that way, Lord Chaitanya taught how to raise the arms and dance in ecstasy in the chanting of the holy name. And Lord is coming and teaching. And not only that, Lord Chaitanya is attracted to the deity of Jagannath. He is attracted to hearing Srimad Bhagavatam in Tota Gopinath. Who used to read it? Gadadhar Pandit. He is teaching how to sit down with devotees and hear the Srimad Bhagavatam. How to perform Harinam Sankirtan. Then he takes his beads and goes to the ocean side. Early morning, 5, sometimes 5 to 12 or 1 o'clock he would chant. You have seen the picture of Lord Chaitanya chanting near the ocean beach. He'd be sitting and chanting. You will see that continuously for several hours. 1 lakh, 2 lakh names Mahaprabhu would chant. So he chanted and taught us that we should also chant daily. He went to take darshan of Jagannath every day and attended Mangalarti, so we also should do Mangalarti. Isn't it? Then he sat down and heard Srimad Bhagavatam in Tota Gopinath with about 7-8 associates, Rup Sanatan, and also with Ramanand Rai, Swarup Damodar, Haridas Thakur, all these people. He heard. So in this way, Mahaprabhu is teaching by his example. He's saying, Shikame Savare. Apane Acharya Bhakti Shikame Savare. By his own example, he's teaching. And he's preaching also, going to South India, correct, no? 6 years, he came to South India to preach and met devotees. And he wanted to run to Vrindavan and see Krishna in Vrindavan. That means one should have a longing for the holy places and holy pastimes of Krishna. And in Jagannath Puri, sitting down, and what was he hearing? He was hearing about Dhruva Charitra and Prahlad Charitra. So he was hearing even basic topics of Bhagavatam. Not necessarily only the Gopi Lila and everything. He started with the basics. Several times he told them to repeat Dhruva's pastime and Prahlad's pastime. So in this way, by his own example, he is teaching Nama Sankirtana, how to do it. And to distribute Prema Bhakti. So here is the Lord Chaitanya's, his bodily features called Nyagroda Parimandala, which means there are 32 symbols in a Mahapurusha's body, and all of them are manifest in Lord Chaitanya's body. Like for example, you will find in TLC, you will find the hand should be long, ajanu lambita bhujo. If you stand erect, your hand should touch your knees. Any of you can check when you go back home. Whether your hands are touching knees, then you are a Mahapurusha. You can check it. Our hand only comes, half of that only. Yeah? So, like that, certain portions of the body are pinkish, certain, the neck is short, many symptoms like that. Mahaprabhu's body was exactly Krishna's body only, it is. Correct, no? And he is also peaceful, equipoised and gentle. And then, yeah, there is a prediction below, if you see here, Shuklo Raktas Tata Pita. That's a famous verse in Bhagavatam. Definitely you should see that verse. So this verse was spoken by Gargamuni. Can you recite that verse? Yeah. You can say that. Asan varnastrayohyasya grinato nuyugam tanuh shuklo raktastatha pita idanim krishnatam gataha. See, Gauravan is saying here, your son Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed 3 different colors. In Satyayuga, white color. Treta Yuga, red color. And when he comes in the Dwapara Yuga, that is the Leela Avatara, not a Yuga Avatar. In the Leela Avatar, he comes as Shamla Varna, he comes. But in yellow, he has not appeared. So now he has appeared in blackish color. In another Dwapara Yuga, he appears Lord Ramachandra in Shuka, green color parrot. All such incarnations have now assembled in Krishna, he is saying. So in this way, he is saying, yeah, white, red are, yeah, Ajaran person appeared in the original blackish form. Yeah. Prabhupada is talking about different this thing. And if you read that this thing, the 11th canto, here Prabhupada has come to this. You can see this one. Here Prabhupada will explain here. Oh, sorry. It has gone to that. 1 minute. Okay. See, in the 11th canto, Krishna Varnam, Visha Krishnam, Sangopanga Saparasa. Prabhupada is bringing that point here. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but his color is not Krishna's color. No, it is not Shamala Varna, it says. Then what color it must be? Some another color. And what is the only color remaining in that 3 things? Yellow is remaining. Therefore is yellow, like the Prabhupada will say. See here. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears without Krishna or blackish color. He is understood to be Krishna himself. He says. Same original Krishna appears in a different Varna has now appeared. He says. Yeah. Pita color. Thus the Gaudiya Vaishnavas accept the conclusion that although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Pita color, he is Krishna. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopadnanda. Like the Prabhupada is quoting this. So, in this way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in the yellow color. Prediction by Karabhajan Muni also, there is Krishna Varna. That's famous word. So that verse is beautifully explained here in the brief points. You see here? Krishna. Varnam means Varnayati. He always describes about Krishna. Glorifies Krishna always. And his Tusha, his skin color is not Shamala Varna, it is yellow color. And then, what are the Sangopangastra Parshadam? His Anga are the associates. He never comes alone. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is having four more associates, correct, no? Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Adhara, Shivasa. So, Shri Advaita, Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, they are Upanga. And especially Advaita Acharya Prabhu on this side, and Gadadhar Pandit, sorry, Nityanand Prabhu and Advaita Acharya Prabhu on this side, and then Gadadhar Pandit Prabhu on this side. And they are all Upanga, associates. If you take the Panchatattva picture in your mind, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna, correct, no? Radha is Krishna in the mood of Krishna in the mood of Radha Rani. And Gadadhar Pandit is Radha Rani who has given the Mahabhava to Krishna. That means Radha Rani has come with Krishna as Gadadhar Pandit Brahmachari. Why? Just sometimes when a company gives you a machine, it sends one person to stay with you for 1 week or 2 weeks. Whenever you have some trouble with the machine, they will help you how to use it properly. Similarly, Radharani has come in the form of Gadadhar Pandit so that in Mahaprabhu, while he is using Mahabhava, any trouble, she will help. So she is also there. And this side, who is there? Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram, Adi Guru. He is Adi Guru. So, unless Adi Guru approves you, Radharani will not give shelter. Therefore, we take Diksha from a Guru who connects us to Srimati Radharani. That's why Guru also has come in that. All the Gurus in this world, they get strength from whom? Nityananda Prabhu only. Then next to Nityananda Prabhu, who is that? Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya was worshipping Shaligram Shila just now I told you. So he represents Pancharatriki Guru. He is a Pancharatrika Acharya. And on this side you have Shivas, who represents Bhagavat Vidhi. This is Pancharatrika Vidhi, this is Bhagavat Vidhi. Who? Our Shivas. Who is Shivas Thakur? Narada Muni. So Narada Muni stands for Bhagavat Vidhi and Advaita Acharya stands for Pancharatrika Vidhi. Which one is important? Both are important. Out of the two, Bhagavat Vidhi is more important, but both are important. So what is the reward of Pancharatrika Vidhi? Your punctuality, your cleanliness, your purity, your focus, your concentration, your absorption can be increased by Pancharatrika Vidhi, even in the chanting of the holy name. And in Bhagavat Vidhi, it's only Shravanam Kirtanam, and Navvidha Bhakti and all. And Shravanam Kirtanam is the main thing in Bhagavat Vidhi. So these Panchatattva who appear, they are all associates of Lord Chaitanya. Yeah. So to establish Yuga Dharma. So, this is this verse. Prema rasa niryasa karite aswadana raga marga bhakti loke karite pracharana rasika shekhara Krishna parama karuna Yei duyi hetu haite yichara udgama. I will explain the third, fourth line now, and then the first lines I'll explain in the next slide. See, Rasika Shekhara Krishna Paramakaruna. Krishna has two characteristics. Rasika Shekhar means he is very sportive, playful, naughty, mischievous, and his behavior is very charming for everybody. So, when that behavior touches the heart of a devotee develops eagerness.
விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் கட்டுப்படி சமயட்டப்படி நாடி குரலிலே செய்யும் நண்பழகு பல கிருஷ்ணன் விஷமக்கார விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் இடிக்கையில் கட்டுப்படி தந்தமாயாட்டமாடி நாடி குரலிலே செய்யும் நந்த கோபால கிருஷ்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் பொல்லாத விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன்.
So these things don't require much explanation. Huh? You understand what happened just now. Huh? So some devotees are attracted to this type of pastimes, huh? Where Krishna is naughty, mischievous, playful with his devotees. Huh? And he does many things like this. Huh? So that is called as Rasika Shekhar. Huh? He is he's actually a ocean of rasa. Huh? And especially in 5 rasas he exchanges. This is with Mother Yashoda he is doing this. Huh? Similarly with Gopas also, with Gopis also. Many pastimes he does. Another one is Paramakaruna, means he is extremely compassionate. Like he was compassionate to our Putana. Huh? Putana came with a devilish idea of killing Krishna, but he gave her the Datri's position in spiritual world. Huh? So, all of you ask yourself, which one are you attracted to? Are you attracted to Krishna's sportive nature? How many of you are attracted to Krishna's sportive behavior, playful behavior? Okay. How many of you are attracted to Krishna's compassion? Yeah, see, there are different devotees who are attracted by this. These are the 2 hetu for becoming attracted to Krishna. This is the secret. He says here, from where your ichara vadgama, your desire to attain Krishna, that I told you a few minutes ago. Mamichhaptum dhananjaya. That ichha comes when you focus on one of these 2. Huh? Either you become attracted to Krishna's compassionate nature. We say na Patita Bhavan Jagannath. Huh? Why we call him Patita Bhavan Jagannath? Because he has 2 big eyes to see even a little seva you may do. Huh? So he is called as Patita Bhavan Jagannath. He is very merciful and forgiving. Some people are attracted to that. Some are attracted to Krishna's playful nature. Ei dui hetu haite ichara udgama, he says. ऐश्वर्य ज्ञाने ते सब जगत मिश्रिता ऐश्वर्य शिथिल प्रेमे नहीं मोर प्रीता हमारे ईश्वर माने अपना के हिना तार प्रेमे वशामी नहीं अधीना. He's saying, Aishwarya Jnanate Sabha Jagat Mishra. The whole world, people are going to temple, mosque and church, worshipping God as a big person, and then they just, like one man told Prabhupada, Swamiji, I consider myself son of God and God as father. Prabhupada said, that is nothing great, Prabhupada said. You should treat God as your son, Prabhupada said. That is great. The man said, but I am feeling I am son of God, I am more comfortable with that, he said. Prabhupada said, there is a problem with that, he said. Why? Because when you think you are the son or you are the daughter of God, then who is the center in your family then? Who is the center? Huh? Who is the center of attention? Imagine you are a small boy or a small girl. You think I am son of God or daughter of God. You think like that. Then that means you want God's attention on you, and He has to supply daily bread and He has to give you that gift. But when you treat God as your son, so you are big and God is small. Naturally, who is the center of attraction? How many of you understood this point? Clear? Yeah. Look at Yashoda. She is keeping Makan in the top so that his fellow will not do mischief. So in this whole Yashoda Bhavan, attraction of everybody, attention is on whom? Krishna. He's a small kid, isn't it? Naughty kid, mischievous kid. So therefore he is saying here, Aishwarya Jnanate Sabha Jagat Mishita. The whole world is thinking me to be father. Aishwarya Shitila Preme Nahi Mora Prita. In this way he is saying the love which is actually made weak, the love rendered weak because of reverence, that doesn't please me, he says. Love rendered weak by reverence, that doesn't please me. Like for example, you go to somebody's house first time. You may be just standing and they may say, please take your seat. You may ask, where should I sit? Should I sit in the long sofa or the box sofa? Because sometimes you are wondering, because One time, this Devakinandan Prabhu went to one house along with one assistant. He's a fundraiser. So Devakinandan Prabhu sat in the long sofa. So there was one long sofa here, one long sofa there, and in the middle there was one box sofa like this. So his assistant sat in the box sofa. And the rich man came there. And the rich man was looking up and down at this fellow who was sitting in box sofa. Why? That is whose seat? His seat. So Devakinandan Prabhu later on scolded that fellow. Hey, why did you sit in our Malik's seat? He's the owner of the house. Because he meets people on either side, but he has to sit in there. You can't sit there. So when you go to somebody's house, first time you don't know where to sit. You are a little shy, and only when they tell you to sit, you will sit. And if they give you gulab jamun, nicely in a vati with golden liquid and everything, you may be looking at it until they tell you to eat, you won't eat. Correct, no? Yeah. It's a little formal relation. And after they talk to you half an hour and they look at it, you didn't eat it. Why didn't you eat it? Please take it. Okay, thank you. And then you take. On the other hand, imagine you go to somebody's house who are very intimate with you. You straight go to the kitchen, open the fridge, take out a sandwich and tomato ketchup and just come to the table. While talking also, you are going on eating and talking. And they will not even ask you, how did you come to kitchen and pick it up? So, out of the two, which one is more intimate? First, second one. So, Krishna is also more attracted to such intimacy of his devotees. But this is not to say that we can deal with him like that. At the moment, we are not so advanced in our love for Krishna. So, we have to approach him like Lakshminarayan, reverentially. But we should have that eagerness. A time will come when I will get the Raga Bhakti, when I can deal with Krishna intimately, like you see how Yashoda is dealing. Yashoda is so advanced in her love for Krishna, she can take a stick and run behind him. Have you ever heard in any religion, God is running and somebody is chasing God with a stick? Therefore, there is nothing beyond Srimad Bhagavatam in the entire creation. Therefore, when I am going to America, I have a tough time explaining these things to very new people. They'll take some time, at least they will take 6 months, 1 year, over a period of time, they will appreciate what is this Raga Bhakti. But once you get a glimpse of Raga Bhakti, it will be so nourishing to the soul. Nothing of this world can satisfy us once we become attracted to this. That's what Krishna is saying. Aishwarya Shitala Prema Nahi Mara Prita. Love, pure love for me like Yashoda has, when that is rendered weak by Aishwarya. Even Yashoda saw the universes in Krishna's mouth. She got frightened. She behaved in Aishwarya Bhava. Then Krishna closed his mouth and said, enough of your Aishwarya. Now you behave with me like a mother. Then she immediately picked up Krishna. So, Amare Yeshwara Mane Apana Ke Hina Tara Preme Vashami Nahai Adhina. Yashoda, when she binds Krishna with a rope, or she shows a stick, that's what he is saying. Amare Ishwaramani. Yashoda is thinking she is the controller. Apanake Hina. She thinks Krishna is her baby, her son. Tara Preme Vashami Nahai Adina. He is saying that kind of love is what attracts Krishna. Now you see here, Prema Rasa Aswadana. In this, there are 3 aspects. He wants to do Prema Rasa Aswadan. To know greatness of Radha Rani, to taste his own sweetness, to know experience of Radha Rani. And then Raga Marga Bhakti Pracharana. That is one goal, which means he wanted to give spontaneous bhakti to the world, which Vajabasis do. And promulgating Yuga Dharma. In this, the word incidental means what? See, when you are making butter, some buttermilk also remains. Correct, no? You didn't intend to make buttermilk, but buttermilk also comes. Similarly, when Krishna comes in this world to engage in loving relationship with his pure devotees, some demons are also killed side by side. That is not his main program. Like going to forest with his covered friends and enjoying. That is his main program. But before the lunch, to get some good appetite, he'll kill some demon also. And then they will take lunch. That's a side business. That's incidental. Advaita Acharya Prabhu called him, that's the main reason. Like that. That's main reason. And then the other two are incidental. So to understand the greatness of Radha Rani's love, this is the verse I told in the beginning, correct? No? You all can repeat this? Now it's almost time now. 1 o'clock. I can go another 10-15 minutes. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Kladini Shakti Rasmat Ekatmana Api Bhuvi Pura Deha Bhedam Gatau Tau Chaitanyakyam Prakatam Adhuna Tadbayam Chaikyam Aptam Radha Bhavadyuti Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. This verse was found in one of the Kadachi of Swarup Damodar. Swarup Damodar, the most intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya, and he is Swarup Damodar Lalita Saki, and Ramananda Rai is Vishaka Saki. So therefore, they are the most intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on one side he used to have Ramananda Rai, another side Swarup Damodar. To them only he will reveal his mind. Swarup Damodar always would recite Bhagavatam shlokas in various moods, Vrindavan moods and all, and then Mahaprabhu would relish that. And Ramananda Rai would speak about the Rasa Tattva. Mahaprabhu enjoyed it. So Radha and Krishna are one, but they assumed two bodies to taste the rasa. And now to enjoy that rasa, they appeared in one body as Lord Chaitanya. Here Krishna says even more clearly, what was his contemplation before coming as Chaitanya? Mora putra mora saka mora pranapati Yeyi bhave yeyi more kare shuddha bhakti अपना के बड़ माने हमारे समहीना से भावे है आमी ताहर अदीना. If somebody treats me, oh, Krishna is my son, Krishna is my friend, Krishna is my worshipable Lord, or my very lovable Lord. Somebody thinks like this. Ye bhave, ye more, kare Shuddha Bhakti. If somebody is doing Shuddha Bhakti in this mood, like Yashoda is doing Bhakti thinking Krishna is my child, like that. Similarly, the gopis are thinking Krishna is my lover. Gopas are thinking Krishna is my friend. Apana ke bada mane, thinking herself to be greater than him. And amare samahina, sei bhave, hayya ami tahara adina. So, I become controlled by that type of love, he is saying. If somebody, like my father once went to his native place, so there was one old man there who was like 92, 93 years old. And my father was like 60, 65. So that old man, he knows my father when he was a small boy. From that time he has seen. So when my father went, he just twisted his ear and patted him, pat like this. Father's name is Venkatraman. Hey Venkata, how are you? Like that he asked him. When father came back, he said, I felt so nice. Right now there is no one in this world to do this for me. Because everybody treats me like I am a big man. Everybody, like you are my son and I have daughters, I have wife. All guys are below me. There is no one equal to me or above me. But when that old man, I met him today, he reminded me of my old days when I was a small boy, and he is my, he's worshipable senior, superior. So when he patted me, I felt like a small boy. So that's what Krishna also wants. Krishna says that, let my devotee assume a superior position, like Arjuna becomes a charioteer. Arjuna becomes a warrior, and then Krishna becomes his charioteer. Senayor madhye ratam stapayame, he's saying, hey Krishna, take my, chariot between two armies. And then Krishna, is taking. Arjuna, done. That's what Krishna likes. He likes to become a servant of those whom he loves. Even all of you in your life also, if you love somebody, You not only don't mind being ordered by them, you are very eager to be ordered by them. If you love someone. Imagine your mother or father comes to airport and they carry a heavy luggage. Without their telling you to lift the luggage, you will lift the luggage, correct? No? Will you wait for them to tell you? On your own, you will lift. And then his mother says, hey, this is a little heavy luggage, can you please? Before she completes the sentence, you will lift it up. Because you like to see them carefree and then you will take their burden on your shoulder. If you love somebody, naturally. Like that, Krishna also loves his devotees, likes to be controlled by their love. Like here you see Yashoda is controlling Krishna by binding him. His friends are climbing on his shoulder. He's controlled by Radha Rani's love and Gopi's love. In this way, he's controlled by all his devotees' love. He mata bhakta bhave kari angikara. Apani achari bhakti karila prachara. Yeah, by tasting these different rasas, like I showed you here, I shall favor the devotees. By hearing about Brajera and Nirmala Raga, devotees will worship me in Raga Marg. That means when devotees see that Lord likes this type of worship and gradually that Raga Bhakti will develop. We can only pray for this actually. You see, the spontaneous devotion, no matter how many classes you may attend or, no matter how much Vaidhi Bhakti one does, ultimately it is the Lord's mercy that it awakens in somebody's heart and creates a strong urge to serve Krishna more and more. This is actually called as Krishna Lalasa, we call it. A greed for serving Krishna. There is one verse, many verses. One verse says about Bharat Maharaj, I'll tell you that verse. Yodus Tajandara Sutan Sukrat Rajyam Hridis Prishaha Jahau Yuvaiva Malavat Uttamashloka Lalasaha. That's a verse. He says here, Yodus Tyajan. Very difficult to give up things Bharat Maharaj gave up. Dara means his queens. Sutan means children. And Sugrit Rajyam, his well-wishers and friends. And Rajyam also, kingdom also. And he went to the forest. Chahao, he says, he gave it all up. How? Malavat. After he passed tool, you don't even turn and look at it. Like that he gave it up. Say, why? Uttama shloka lalasa. He had attraction for Krishna. Greed for attaining Krishna, he says. There is another verse. Krishna bhakti rasabhavitamati kriyatamapi kutopi labhyate tatra laulyamapi ekala mulyam janma koti sukritina labhyate. This was Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti says this. He says, in this world, rare indeed are the devotees who carry such raga bhakti in their hearts. It's generally many of the people do ritualistic religion in this world. Even when they go to temple, they worship God and everything. But if somebody has some feeling for Krishna, attraction for Krishna, charm for Krishna, he feels Krishna is like a magnet. They feel drawn towards Krishna. He says that then pay any amount of money, get that, that kind of greed that person is possessing. But the problem is you cannot pay crores of rupees and get it, he is saying. Kriyatam api kutobi labhyate tatra laulyam api ekala mulyam janma koti sukritina labhyate. Even if you have done punya for million lifetimes, this bhakti cannot be attained. But if while serving a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, we are all trying to serve in Prabhupada and his disciples, as we keep rendering service, therefore we should pray to the deities, please have some compassion upon me. Please be kind upon me. Let me not perform my devotional service mechanically. Let me not just make a show of devotional service. Simply, like many times we just chant our holy name and keep the bead bag aside. And other activities we do with great interest. Correct, no? Like for example, seeing the WhatsApp and responding to WhatsApp, and doing other activities we are super into. When it comes to chanting and reading books related to Lord, we may be very careless in doing that. So is Krishna consciousness my main activity and other things are side activity? Or other things are main for me and Krishna consciousness is a side activity? This is what makes the difference. Because your mind flows where you are attracted to something. If I am attracted to Krishna, that will be my mainstream activity. Other things will be side activity. If I am attracted to something else other than Krishna, called as Krishna Itara, then that becomes my mainstream activity. And then, then okay, for the pleasure of Guru, I finish my rounds. Little bit I have to read, I have read, that's all. My half an hour quota per day, whatever is over, whatever. So we will keep it as a side thing. And that doesn't charm Krishna at all. So Krishna always says that my devotees, Satatam Kirtayan Tomam Yatantascha Drida Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Upasate Tesham Satata Yuktanam Vajatam Priti Purvakam, he's saying. People not only engage always in devotion service, they do it with priti for me, with affection for me. So therefore, when Krishna's idea of coming in this world was this purpose, Mata Bhakta Bhava Kari Angikara, Apani Achari Bhakti Karila Prachar. I will adopt the mood of devotee. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a perfect devotee. In his entire life, he had a spotless character. If you want to know how a devotee should behave, he is the right personality. He had a Priti Purna Vyavahar, Yukti Purna Prachar. Priti Purna Vyavahar means in his dealings he was very loving and sweet with all devotees, with all people. Very tender in his behavior. And Yukti Purna Prachar means very sharp intelligence in defeating Mayavad and defeating, Tattvavadis and all that. So in this way, Krishna's descent happened, and he also, killed Kamsa. That was a side thing for Krishna. Mainly he came to perform the Leela. So, yeah. So Lord Chaitanya appeared to taste the prema and spread the Nama Sankirtan. And devotees of 4 primary rasas feel that their sentiment is the most excellent, but conjugal love is superior to all 4 of them. The topmost. In this way, therefore Gauranga accepts sentiments of Radha Rani to fulfill. So this is the verse I was reading now. The Hladini. See, if you see this one here, in Sandhini is the essential portion of Vishuddha Sattva, where all the bodies of Nanda, Yashoda, Gopas, Gopis, it's all made up of Sandhini. And Samvit is the direct knowledge of Supreme Lord Krishna, and the indirect knowledge of Supreme Lord is impersonalism. It's not direct. Only Jnanis have that. And perverted knowledge is Jada Vidya, material knowledge. And similarly, in Ananda, happiness, there are 2 types. Pure prema, adulterated prema. Pure prema is love, adulterated prema is lust. That I just now read this same verse. Radhinira sara prema, prema sara bhava. Bhavera parama kashta nama mahabhava. The essence of Hladini Shakti is prem, and the essence of prem is, see, prema is like an ocean, and bhava are like the waves in that ocean. And parakashta of bhava is called mahabhava. You will see in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, the prema has many, many deep names given that. Like, for example, we say prema, there is pranaya, there is raga, anuraga, bhava, mahabhava. Then there is madhanokya mahabhava, we call it. So anybody in that madhanokya mahabhava stage of ghad prem, which is like a rock candy, then their external body becomes golden. Like, for example, if you are angry, your eyes become bloodshot. Correct, no? Similarly, when you feel that Mahabhav, your whole body becomes golden. Therefore, Radharani's body is like that. And Radharani is the source of all this. Lakshmi Gan who are in Vaikuntha, and Mahishi Gan in Dwaraka, and Brajangana in Vrindavan. So all are expansions of Radharani. They are all manifestations of Devi Lakshmi Mai Prokta Radhika Paradevata. There is a verse which will, please repeat this verse. Devi Krishna Mai Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mai Sarva Kanti Sammohini Para. Radharani is goddess. The Devi word means resplendent, most beautiful, lovely abode of worship and love sports for Krishna. And Krishnamayi means she is absorbed in Krishna like a sponge absorbed in water. And one who is within and without her Lord Krishna only. Wherever yatra yatra netra padi, there is one verse. Wherever her eyes fell, she saw only Krishna. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would see a mountain and think, what is the mountain? He would look at the river and think, what is this river? Yeah. Any garden or forest he saw, this is like that. Radha Rani, wherever her eyes fall, immediately Krishna's, something related to Krishna manifests for her. Like that. Radhika, her worshipful Aradhana consists of fulfilling the desires of the Lord Krishna. She is Supreme Goddess, worshipful for everybody, protectress of all jivas, mother of the universe, Paradevata. She is the original source of all Lakshmis. She fully represents all six opulence of Krishna. All beauty and luster rest in her body, you see. All this is Krishna for Radha Rani. Krishna enchants the world, is called Madan Mohan. Radha Rani is called Madan Mohan Mohini. In this way, Radha Rani is explained beautifully here. And Krishna appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the mood and complexion of Srimati Radha Rani. Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shakti Man. Dui Vastu Bhedanai Shastra Praman. See, Radha Rani is Purna Shakti and Krishna is Purna Shakti Man. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur told one famous verse, Ataparakita Surya nahi jani, Krishna Radha virahita, Krishna nahi mani. You know what he's saying? Ataparakita means, I don't accept a sun which does not have heat and light. Similarly, if I find Krishna standing alone, I will never go towards Krishna. On the other hand, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Raghunath Das Goswami on prayer says, if he calls me also, I won't go. Because Krishna is a trickster. If you go to where he is calling you, suddenly he will vanish from there. On the other hand, if Krishna is standing with Radharani, even though he may not call me, I will go running there. Because Radharani will make sure that I will get Krishna. Therefore, he is saying, similarly, Krishna without Radharani, Gaudiya Vaishnavas don't accept. We always worship Radha and Krishna together. Yeah. Somebody was asking, why you call Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Gopinath, Radha Kunjabihari, Radha Vrindavan Chandra, all Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Madhava. You know, Krishna's name keeps changing and Radharani's name remains same. Why is it? Somebody asked, so one sannyasi answered this question. He said, Krishna is the enjoyer and Radharani's name is Radha only always because she's doing Aradhana always. She's always in a mood of Anayaradito Nunam Bhagavan Haririshwara, it is said. From that word Aradhana comes. She's always doing Aradhana of Krishna. So in this way, Duyi Vastu Bedanai, there is no difference between them. Shastra Praman is saying. In this way, at last, we will conclude with this verse. I just want to recite this verse and conclude. Please repeat the very important verse. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva Swadyo Yena Adbhuta Madhurima Kidrisho Vamadiyaha. Saukyam Chasya Madanubhavataha Kidrisham Veti Lobhat Tadbhavadya Samajani Sachi Garbha Sindhau Harinduhu. Yeah, see the first line. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva. The meaning is to understand the greatness of Radharani's love. Radhayaha Pranaya Mahima. She wanted to know Radharani's deep love. What my devotees are experiencing in there. What is that love they feel for me? Krishna wanted to know. Swadyo Yena Adbhuta Madhurima Kidrisha Va Madhya. Madhya means in me. What is the sweetness that my devotees see in me that they are mad after me? Even that Vatapatrashaya Krishna, he takes his own thumb and puts in the mouth. You may wonder why is Lord doing that? Leg is an unclean place, you take it and put it in the mouth. But for Krishna, there is nothing unclean. His whole body is Sachidananda Swarupam. He's Adaram, Madhuram, everything in his body is like lotus only, right? No? Nama Pankaja Namaya, Nama Pankaja Malane, Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankaja. So there is nothing unclean. So why is he putting his foot in the mouth? The explanation is, he wants to see why my devotees talk about my lotus feet so much. Let me taste and see what is there in it. Like that is tasting. Similarly, Krishna wants to know. And then Saukyam Chasya Madanabhavataha Kidrisham Vetilobar. Taste the conjugal love experience by Radha Rani. Tad Bhavadya Samajanasi. Richly endowed with her emotions appeared from Srimati Sachi Devi today evening. As the moon appeared from the ocean, Lord Chaitanya is appearing. To experience these 3 desires. These are internal reasons. So yeah, I told you about external reason, I told you about internal reasons. So, and this is further explained more in the Chaitanya Leela. So, now I am going to conclude with this. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada ki, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki, Shri Jagannath Baladi Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Gaura Nitai ki, Bhuvana Mangala Harinam ki. Thank you very much. Hare